What's going on, guilty guys and gals? Welcome back to Stratu. So, before we get into this here, let me just say, I'm going to be finishing Chapter 5, I think, in the next 2 weeks. We shall see. I think I'm moving next week, aren't I? Oh well, I'll record it ahead of time. I'll still post it. I want to be done with Stratu Chapter 5. We're doing Part 3 today, Part 4 and 5 on Friday, and then next Wednesday will be the aftermath. Oh boy, it's exciting, but here we go. It's going to be very long episodes too. Oh well. No, Iroha, that's probably not the case. I first thought of that as a possibility, but if you'd actually fallen from that height, you'd definitely fall to your doom this time.
Oh, they could have used ropes to climb down, like they do in the movies. And besides, this is virtual reality. Who knows if you might survive from falling, like if you went through the floor or something.
Uh-huh.
Oh, right. No, I'm not saying you're suspicious because you've done that before. Please don't misunderstand.
Quit it, Iroha. There's zero possibility of that happening. I also considered it plausible and tried throwing things out of the window, but it actually fell right to the ground and exploded. No one will ever find the bodies. The Tower of Babel is just an anomaly.
And why would the culprit break the window?
Well...
Why did the culprit break the window? Did they only do it to make us think they escaped through the window? Was that it? No. The reason they broke the window was because they needed to. And the proof for that is... Well, you got me beat here. I have no idea what I would select. I don't think it's the broken window. I would go with the phosphorus. Probably. Maybe the rag? One of those two things. Okay. The burnt scrap of paper.
Perhaps it was because they needed some glass powder?
Oh yeah, the glass was in there. That's right.
What? Glass powder? What are you talking about?
I found some lying around in the West Broadcasting Room. More specifically, on a burnt scrap of paper. The window is made out of glass, right? Maybe the powder was the reason they broke it.
A plausible theory, yes. But why would they even sprinkle glass powder into that paper in the first place?
I have to blow my nose. But I'll try to be a little bit faster this time.
Burnt powdered glass?
Here we go. You know it's allergy season coming up. It's just not a fun time for me.
That's it! That's it, Sora!
What's it, Yuruko?
There was something bugging me when we were investigating together, but now it all makes sense. I'll help you out, Sora.
Well, I think I took a screenshot of this. Nice. Alright. Load. Load! Load! It's not loading. Oh, this one has text on it. When we broke the door down, what happened in the broadcasting room? That's right, the sprinklers suddenly activated. At the time, we did panic, but we were too focused on finding Chiruya to think much about it. Don't you think that's weird? Why would the sprinklers activate if there wasn't any fire? Conversely speaking, if the sprinklers had activated, there was a fire somewhere. I don't know how it happened, but considering how the burnt paper had glass powder on it, we can use that evidence to easily figure it out. Alright. Oh, that one's tough. Alright. I don't know what those bullets say. Projector film. Oh, now we're going to talk about the phosphorus, so I was kind of right.
Complete. Saving.
Alright. I see, Yuruko.
It's the projector film, isn't it? The powder that was on there. Projector film?
Yup. As I expected, the powder that was on the film was yellow phosphorus. The glass powder was used to create friction with the yellow phosphorus to cause a fire.
Ah, okay.
Fire? What was the thing before that with the phosphorus?
It's a chemical commonly used in matches and such back in the day. Its low burning point made it quite dangerous to use, eventually leading to its discontinuation.
How'd they even get their hands on that?
It's actually easier than you think. This island is a city. There's literally a place for everything.
I guess.
That being said, I didn't expect you to have such knowledge of chemistry, Yuriko.
That much is common knowledge if you spend even a little bit studying. Okay, but how did they cause friction between them?
By running them through the projector. Okay.
And if a fire really had occurred, how come nobody noticed it?
And another question I might add, what does the fire have to do with the locked room mystery again?
Well, it does. And it's thanks to Yuruko that we found it out. The important part isn't the yellow phosphorus, the glass powder, or the sprinklers. What we have to focus on is the projector film itself that was used to create the locked room mystery. The projector film itself? Iroha, you asked how the culprit was able to create friction between those two flammable materials, right? It was from the ceiling.
What?
It was because it all occurred from the ceiling that we weren't able to notice it, as we were busy looking at Teruya and the horrifying visuals.
Okay.
To be precise, it had to do with the sprinklers. The sprinklers in the broadcasting room were shaped like a ring, so you'd be able to hang something off of them.
This is going a interesting direction.
Now, hold on a moment. You're not really going to suggest they actually hung the film in the sprinklers? Why would they opt for such a cumbersome method?
True.
Hey, he's right. The broadcasting room ceiling is super high. Especially for someone like me. You could use a ladder. Wait, there wasn't even anyone to use the ladder.
Don't worry about that. Even with the ceiling high and nobody there, the fire was destined to automatically occur once we entered the broadcasting room. What? Didn't you all hear what Sora's been trying to say? That's why the film projector was used. They specifically used an old-fashioned film projector that has its film go through a loop. Yuruko's right. This locked room mystery was possible only because it was an old-fashioned film projector. The proof that the projector film was used, the evidence found on the door, would be the key.
Tape residue. Did we use that? I don't remember if we did yet.
The lock on the broadcasting room's door had tape on it. Tape? Wait a minute. Oh, so that's how it is?
They taped one end of the film to there and then kept going.
What? I didn't quite catch it. What about it?
Simply put, this is what happened.
Okay.
They pulled out the film from the projector to make it go through the sprinklers on the ceiling. And they taped it to the door's lock. Then, they sprinkled yellow phosphorus onto the film and positioned the scrap of paper with glass powder in between the sprinklers and the film. Now, what would happen if the projector was turned on at this point?
Well, I imagine the film would start rolling.
Correct. The projector would start by pulling the film inwards. And with that, the lock's lever orientation becomes horizontal from vertical due to the film pulling it. I get it now. Using this method, you'll be able to lock the door automatically just by turning on the projector and leaving the room with the door closed. Yes, and the great thing about this trick is that this state is preserved until someone opens the door. The film won't roll anymore due to the tape on the lock holding it steady.
I don't know about that.
I see. Indeed, this trick is magnificent.
I don't know how strong this tape is.
But how would you exactly be able to cause a fire from this mechanism?
Simple. The film just has to resume rolling. The locked door can't be unlocked and opened by normal means, so someone has to eventually break it down, and that's exactly what happened.
Also, weren't the doors made of glass? Wouldn't be able to see all this?
When the door gets destroyed, the film is no longer held still by the tape. So the film would begin rolling again. Exactly. And because the culprit had set it up so that the film went through the sprinklers, it'll naturally move through them when it retracts. On that film, the culprit had sprinkled yellow phosphorus, and on the sprinklers, the paper with glass shards is attached. Now, what do you imagine would happen if the film grazes the paper at high speed?
Fire?
Yes. Yup, that's how they created friction to cause fire. When we broke in the door to the broadcasting room, there was this weird video casted onto Ria's body. Remember?
Remember? Could have called this game Remember?
That wasn't just for show. Well, they could have chosen any film, so it was kind of for show. But that video was on the film being played right as we destroyed the tape holding it.
Of course, there was also the purpose of misguiding our attention in that dark room.
Oh, so the sprinklers had activated immediately because the flame it detected was right beneath it. was the reason why we were showered with water right after we entered.
How's that? Now we solved the locked room mystery.
Would you stop laughing like that? Mikado, are you,
Amazing! I applaud your detective skills. I most sincerely do. And to think I was worried you wouldn't make it without Shobai. Oh, how all of you have grown.
Marveling because someone solved your riddle, huh? You really are a psycho, you know that?
Oh no, you've got it all wrong. I was genuinely astonished by your intellect, you see. I thought you were all idiots.
We'll soon know whether Mikado's the culprit or not if we discuss this some more. Now that we've solved the locked room mystery, it's finally time to talk about the culprit.
Hold on. Well, we did solve the mystery of how they locked the door and escaped. Aren't there still other matters to solve first?
Huh, getting feisty, are we? Trying to tug on every little detail in hopes of something?
No, Yuruko, he's right. What happened to Jiruya's body? Did he just get up and walk away? But we were standing in front of the door.
What?
Sorry. The locked room mystery's been solved, sure. We've proved it's possible to lock the door without being inside. The broadcasting room. But about that, there actually was someone inside the broadcasting room. Teruya.
Oh!
That reminds me.
Teruya disappeared from the room when we re-entered after the sprinklers were turned on. Off. One of those two things, right? So, how'd that happen? It's probably the sprinklers. Like, you know, how the sprinklers were strong enough to blind our sight with water, right? They used that to move Teruya while we weren't looking. Why else would they utilize the sprinklers in their plan?
Yuruko, that's impossible. Whatever method they used, if Teruya had been moved out of the broadcasting room, he would have certainly passed us waiting in front of the door. If it's not outside the broadcasting room, then I guess he was inside the storage? Both broadcasting rooms had storage rooms, right? Maybe there was a secret passageway between those two rooms.
That's what I'm thinking. Not so much secret passageway, more like buggy wrong warp, but you know.
I guarantee you there was nothing of the sort. The bridge is the only thing that connects the two
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
buildings.
It's the bridge, Mikado. It's the bridge.
And even that was unusable due to bugs.
What exactly were the bugs? Can you just tell us? That'd be very helpful.
It seems the bridge is gone. You see, you are all presuming a logical fallacy. For the proposition of someone moved Teruya away to hold, someone else needs to be inside of the broadcasting room. Doesn't that invalidate the whole purpose of solving the locked room mystery? It ain't a locked room mystery if the culprit was actually inside the whole time.
So what do you suggest we do? How did Teruya disappear?
I'm surprised she's not saying like,
Oh, I know, you just teleported, didn't you?
So now you understand the problem? If we suppose If we suppose your locked room mystery is true, you're saying Teruya disappeared out of thin air.
I don't know what's going on at all anymore.
Everyone, don't tell me you're all stuck.
Well, what do you suggest?
Now this is a predicament. At this rate, we'll never find the method the culprit used. Let alone who they are.
Then use your own head instead of leaving everything to us. All you're doing is complaining.
Yes, I've grown rather good at it. Well, it's kind of hard to say anything when every single person here is suspecting you.
Shut up, Mikado! Can't you see we're trying to think here? Jeez!
Case in point, you all saw that, didn't you? Why would I say anything if this is what happens all the time?
I knew you needed Shobai. If he was here, we wouldn't be...
Shobai.
Summon him.
We didn't particularly like him, but without him we wouldn't have come this far. It's not just him. Kokoro, Kanade, we're all standing here because of the help of those who passed on. So are we really incapable of doing anything without them?
I don't even remember Kokoro's voice.
Can we even survive a single trial?
Kanade was something like this, though.
That isn't true. We can do it.
Not sounding like this.
I think Kokoro was just kind of a monotone voice. Think what Kokoro, Kanade, and Shobai would do. Think what would they have come up with. If I were them...
What was that? That was not them.
Yuki, did you say something about the storage room? Huh? Well, yeah, we did find his body inside the storage room, right? I mean, it was in the east instead of the west, but yeah. About that storage room, what do you think made it suddenly appear?
Suddenly appear?
When we first arrived on the 5th island, there was no door to the storage room in the broadcasting room. We only took notice of it after the culprit's broadcast.
True.
Wait, no. Even when we entered the West Broadcasting Room, there was no door behind Teruya's body. Then either.
I can't really remember how it was with all the commotion back then.
No, she's right. When that video was being projected on Teruya's body... Yeah, there was definitely no door behind him.
Is that so? I think I kind of remember it. Maybe not.
No, I'm positive. We only found the door after the sprinklers had stopped. Right. Whatever the culprit did, be it carrying Teruya over or making the door appear, the only time they were able to do any of that was only during when the sprinklers were active.
But why? And how? Forget making Teruya disappear. How would you be able to suddenly make a door appear from a blank wall? Out of nothing.
Virtual world? I guess even that isn't going to cut it this time, right?
Unless the culprit is Mikado.
Maybe there is some hidden mechanism in the room. Like how, in mangas, if you push a button, the wall moves to reveal a hidden space? Or something like that?
Oh, she talked about mangas.
Is this really the time to talk about manga? If you don't have any brains, you should at least... Shut up!
Oh.
No one ever wants to talk to me about manga. Yeah, sorry.
Jeez. Huh? Manga, that's it. I can't help but get the feeling that something's off. The part about the locked room mystery that we just solved.
Sora, is something up? You've been staring up at the ceiling for quite a while.
Yuruko. Why sprinklers?
The what?
The who sprinklers? No, the why sprinklers. The locked room mystery that we just solved. Why did they cause a fire to activate the sprinklers?
Huh? But you guys are the ones who explained that to us, remember? They used the sprinklers to loop the film and hold the door shut.
That was only about how the sprinkler's shape and position was used. You can create a locked room using only the projector and film without ever needing to cause a fire with friction from the yellow phosphorus.
You're right. Why did they suddenly cause a fire?
They must have caused the fire to activate the sprinklers. So I took a drink at an inopportune moment. The question then shifts to why they set up such a convoluted mess just to activate them.
I recall you saying something about the water streams being strong enough to blind you. Perhaps they tried to do something in that time.
Or they wanted us to leave the broadcasting room to do something without being seen.
Do something without being seen? But what would that something even be? There wasn't anyone inside the broadcasting room to begin with, so even with the water blinding us, there wasn't anything secretive to be done. I think that activating the sprinklers themselves was the point.
Activating the sprinklers themselves?
Think. We're gonna dive drive? UFO resonance? Your irregularity that happened in the sprinklers activation. These events must be connected. It's all connected. We've already solved the locked room mystery. We're not objecting that fact. We're only looking at it from a different angle. Mia Fey would be proud. Tackle each question one by one, and we'll surely find the truth. So this is the angle for the impossible mystery, right? Logic craft. Flappy craft. Bum 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 bum. All right. What are we gonna get? I have no idea what's going on here, but we shall see. Wow, that's just terrible. That one's terrible. What can the culprit achieve by activating the sprinklers? Wash something off, move Churia's body, break one of the props. Wash something, assumedly. Would it be paint that was covering the door? Maybe? Go! Oh, now it's Geometry Dash.
Whoa, what's that? There's pluses everywhere. Look out, they're trying to add you. Oh. I like that. Well, I don't, because it'd be very hard to get around, but... What did the culprit try to wash by activating the sprinklers? The wall, the floor, the ceiling. Well, it's impossible for it to be the ceiling, and what the hell would be on the floor, so... 2, 1, dance! Ooh. Watch out for the giant hurdles. Ah, there are space hurdles.
Dude, they're like descending from space. This is a great time for some Teruya improv. Did you know? I like rainbows. I don't know what to say. It's been so long since I've been alive. I miss breathing. It's weird to say, but hey.
Why did the culprit try to wash the walls with water? The wall was dirty. To get rid of a drawing, there was fire on the wall. I guess to get rid of a drawing? But what? I'm guessing that's some kind of translation funkiness. I don't like Sora's. I don't like that voice for Sora. It's too high pitch. I don't know. Sora just strikes me as someone who doesn't have like a "Hi guys, it's me" kind of voice, you know? She's too serious. Yeah, no. That's why I butchered that. But that's because I only heard it once for 3 seconds. Well, that was I mean, I kind of understand the idea of the tape through the sprinkler with the glass and the phosphorus down to the door. But taping it to that block would not have done anything. Because, like, here's the thing, right? When it started to pull, it wouldn't just pull one side so that it would flip. It would pull the whole thing. It would just get stuck, then the tape would rip and it would fly off. You would need to, like, put it on, like, the very edge of one with, like, a nail or something so that it wouldn't fall out of there. Yeah, that's a bit odd. But, you know, a little bit of reality bending has never hurt this game before. What I'm really wondering about is what they just said with the drawing thing. I'm guessing that's a little bit of a Freudian slip because the culprit is going to end up being Iroha. And they know that, so they said drawing, even though they meant like the paint. It has to be paint, right? Covering up where the door should be. Something like that. But then again, what kind of paint, like what kind of wall paint would, I guess it's watercolor. Isn't that what Iroha is like majoring in? Okay. I'm not going to think about it. I'm just not going to think about it. Iroha is fine. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, you know what to do. One of the buttons starts with L. The other one starts with S. That's right. Lick and sandwich. Do it. And, I don't know. Tell me your favorite I almost said sprinkler. Who has a favorite sprinkler? Tell me your favorite manga in the comments below. I don't even read manga, so this is going to be, or like watch anime or read manga. So this is going to be just kind of like a, yeah, you go guys. It sounds great kind of moment for me, you know? But whatever. It's happening. Okay, bye.